So Love
Mm.
is Blind season 3. So we have Alexa and Brennan, and that's our first couple. And Alexa and Brennan, to me, they seem to be getting along pretty well. Brennan was attracted to her in the pod, and it seems to have continued outside of the pod. He's from Dallas. I think he's an engineer, if I'm not mistaken. And
Okay.
I see a connection with them. What are your thoughts on?
Listen, I can't go couple by couple because I didn't connect with none of them that much. I remember a few of them here or there.
Okay.
Because you know why? Because to me, yeah, love is blind until they see each other. Okay? That's how I feel about the show. It's real blind. Ooh, ooh, I love you to pieces. I love you to death. And then all of a sudden they see each other and start spending time together, and love ain't blind no more.
But that's
All
true.
of a sudden, boy, she look hot. Boy, she's not as sexy as I thought. Oh boy,
Well,
he
that's
got.
why I wanted to get this
Oh
couple
boy,
out the way.
love is blind. It's blind until they come out of those pods
No,
and
it's blind
see each
until they
other.
can see. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, like they say, I once was blind, but now I see. And as soon as they see, all of a sudden the relationships, not all those marriages, all those proposals, half of them go right down the drain, right there at the altar.
Yeah.
So, I don't
So if
connect
you
with
did,
anybody at this
well,
point.
well,
I don't know
well,
anything about any of them.
so okay, so you don't remember what's the
I remember their different
Knob and
names and stuff, but it was nothing.
Knob and Cole?
I didn't see no connectedness to any of them yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen it except just the one that I thought that seemed like he might have been sincere is the girl who was a little bit heavier, and she wasn't even big. She still
My, that's who I'm talking about now.
yeah. Well, that's the only one I saw where he didn't just see her and go, and he was a good looking guy, you know. He didn't just see her and go, oh boy, oh my God. But then
She
again,
looks nice.
she's good looking too. They both look nice. You know what I mean? She's just a little heavier than the rest of the ladies there, but not that much. She's not extreme. So, but the rest of them, oh boy, I wish I had seen him before. Oh, and the guys, I cut her loose too quick. Boy, she's smoking hot.
Well, let me get
All
into
this nonsense. Please.
Zanab. I think it's Zanab and Cole. She's a few years older than Cole, and Cole eventually he saw Colleen. So things that just stood out, so Colleen is the ballet dancer. Colleen
Yeah.
kept saying to
Well,
everybody,
she had been through a couple of rejections for whatever
yeah,
reason.
she kept saying to everybody that she doesn't want people to just look at her physically. She wants, people to take her seriously. But then she said that she has never been in anything serious and didn't want, the real stuff,
Well, what was hysterical to me is that, she didn't seem that impressive physically to me.
No, not for what. No, she did not. She did not necessarily seem like you would look at her and say, "Oh, that's a ballet dancer."
Not at all.
And to me, she
She
thought,
didn't have that look and she didn't seem to be that poised. She didn't seem to be, you know what I mean?
and
She didn't come across like Misty Copeland. She
she
you
doesn't have
know,
to be Misty Copeland.
I know that. I'm giving
There's
an
one Misty
example.
Copeland. Well, yeah.
Well,
There,
she's not gonna be, but I'm saying of that, type of person, that with that air about her. She didn't come across
well,
like
she
that.
didn't come across. Let's go compare her to Natalie Portman. Like, that's
Yeah, right.
probably more.
In the Swan or whatever, with
Yeah.
Black Swan. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she did not.
She kept saying, "Oh, I'm very flexible. Oh, I look good in this." And she kept saying that, but then she kept getting mad and saying that she didn't understand why people were viewing her that way. That's
Right.
literally
And she
what
was
she
putting that
said.
out there. Well, that's what I'm saying. She was putting that out there, and then she was wondering why people didn't want to take her seriously. Oh, well, like I said,
But when
hmm.
Cole saw her, he said that, "Oh, that's more of my type." So I don't know what that's all
Like
about.
I said, love is blind until they see the people. And at that point, they either embrace what they see based on how they look, based on how they look, not based on the way they made them feel or what they said or their experiences or sentiments. They do it based on how they look. Everybody except that one couple that you mentioned.
And then SK and Raven, Raven, everyone knew that Raven just doesn't seem like she's in it for the right reasons.
Raven seems very superficial. Raven seemed like she's trying to get her hustle on, trying to get some airtime or
When
whatever.
what did she say about being in the service
Film time, that's
industry?
all.
Remember, she said, "Oh, when she was talking to Bariste or Bartiste, she was like, oh, I'm in the service industry." We're like, "Oh, well, we thought that she was gonna say that she was a stripper, and if she
Talking about she
was
does
a
bottle
stripper,
service and bartend. I
listen,
mean, come on.
nothing wrong with being a stripper.
Nothing wrong with any of it.
Stuff,
But the
but when
way
you
she made
say
it sound,
idle service,
she made it sound like she was a professional paid escort.
yeah, and I'm
That's
just
the
like,
way she was
oh,
making it sound. I'm like, what are you talking about? What you saying is nothing, you
and
know?
then remember her doing her jumping jacks when Bartiste was
Yeah, when he was sharing something that he thought
for
was very significant in his life, and she was ignoring him and doing a workout, and
right. So
he heard her, he knew she was doing jumping jacks because he's an exercise person too. He identified, from the sound of what she was doing,
right.
because he said, "Oh, you doing jumping jacks?" And she goes, "Oh, you can tell," and she kept on doing them. She did. She showed no interest in what he was talking about at all.
All right. So I don't trust her. I think she's on here to get some more followers because she's a
Yeah, or
really
whatever she's
person,
doing.
whatever she
Yeah,
can do.
totally
I think she's
self-serving for sure.
any interest in SK. So that's with him and her.
Yeah.
What's his Bartice and Nancy. Bartice to me, who's 25 and Nancy is 31. Can I just say how misogynistic we are about that age difference? Because if it was reversed, no one would say anything.
Oh, we
But
talk about a double standard, and the numbers are not, and the disparity is not that great.
it is
The,
not.
the disparity is not great at all. But I can tell you one thing: she's one goofy ass person.
Yeah,
Nancy, she's been damn giggling ever since she saw him. She's
right.
been giggling, 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 giggling. Oh, let's go to bed. Chuckle, chuckle. Oh, let's do this. Chuckle, chuckle. Oh, so and so, chuckle, chuckle. Well, you know what? The chuckle was on her when the next morning he told her how he was interested in somebody else as well.
Raven. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The chuckle was on her. How
right.
funny is it now? She been kikiing him to death and fawning over this man, instead of stepping back and saying, let me see what's going on with this guy. Let me see what's up. She just been carrying on over him,
Mm-hmm.
and then that next morning, after they spent that first night together, all of a sudden, he wasn't fawning over her. He never has been. And he let her know, now that I've seen Raven, I'm not sure what I might do.
Well, and
He said that. He
and that's
said it.
it. And me and you have had this conversation about sex. Like we know sex is an extremely important part of a relationship, but it is not all of the relationship. And leading with that is not going to end up with you having a good, satisfying relationship. And just because you have sex with a man, you having sex with him on a regular basis, doesn't mean that he won't go somewhere else. Just like him for a woman, woman too. I don't even mean to keep
Right,
putting that on the
right,
man. But
right,
don't
right.
think that you are locking him down by, oh, I'm going to have sex with you immediately. How about you get to know him a little bit more? She definitely have had to have sex with him before they get married, but you didn't wait. How long did you wait? You didn't even wait a day.
She was carrying on, and according to him, she was telling him, "Yeah, get your clothes off and doing this."
Yeah,
I mean, she was acting like she never had any trim before. I'm like,
right.
"What's wrong with you?
She,
Whatever he got, I'm sure you had something similar to it before."
right.
Ridiculous.
She just appeared to be not as serious minded about the whole process.
Very goofy.
Real, I
Very
want to have
goofy
10 kids.
behave.
You want
Yeah.
to have 10 kids. You in your 30s, you want to have 10 kids. No, you don't want to have 10 kids. Most people don't want to have 10 kids. Like you said, you can't afford them. And physically, what does that look like?
I'm not even going there because whatever she have, she won't be having them with him.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Right.
so he already made it clear. He already let her know
And I
that
don't I'm not feeling him either because I think that he doesn't need to be on that show except he's
he's
trying
25 years old.
to
Why is he looking for all so hard for a wife? He ain't looking
right,
for no wife. That man looking to be on the camera.
right.
And he got it, and his body is pretty cut, whatever he thinks, and this and that, and he's got a little bit of height to him. And that man is on there trying to be
Right.
a
And
sex symbol or whatever the hell he's
yes,
trying to
he
be.
keeps saying how good he looks and how when people come in the
Or
room,
how or
looking
how
at
good he
PJ
thinks he
Raven,
looks.
Right. And his body is, okay, is good. His body is good. I'm not all eyeing over him. And I don't think, listen, I don't like it. I don't like what
Oh,
he's
what's his name? What's his name? SK? SK's the upper body is cut. Yeah, when he was there doing Pilates with her, I'm telling you, his upper body is cut.
okay.
I don't say he's comparing with Bartiz, and I'm
No,
not saying it matters. I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you it was more rippled than I thought it was. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
uh,
he's not all fat and chunky looking and soft.
don't
He's
say
cut.
that, Ma.
He's cut.
Ma, I
SK is
don't
cut.
stop. SK,
What do you
maybe
mean
SK.
stop? What do you mean stop? He was doing
Why
Pilates.
are you talking
Wait,
about
wait a minute.
SK? Why?
I just thought about cut bodies on the show. That's all.
I don't. Okay.
Listen, I'm not a contestant. I could say what I think looks
No,
good.
you can say what you want, but you know that Bartice is in
Well,
better physical
I
shape.
didn't say that. I didn't say that there was a comparison.
Well, you did. You went to him for some reason.
I went to him because I thought he would be much worse shape than he is. He has been taking care of himself a bit. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Just stop it, Ma. Okay.
You say what you want to say. I know what I saw.
So you are attracted to SK now?
I'm not attracted to any of them. I'm just
Okay.
telling you.
All right. I just wondered. I didn't know what was going on there.
Mm-mm. No, not that young.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
You don't know how old that man really is. Anyway,
Oh yeah, SK might be closer to my age. You're right.
and then and the last person I wanted to mention was Andrew. You remember with his fake tears? I think he's going to make another appearance in a future episode.
Andrew has the right idea. Hold it, camera. Wait a minute. Let me put these artificial tears in here. Oh, hold it up. Wait a minute. What? Would you say I'm upset? Oh, am I upset about that? Wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. If I got to be upset, oh Lord, he goes right in his pocket and squirts his little tears in. And yeah, it was rough. Yeah. Oh boy, Andrew's good. Andrew, I did agree with her that Andrew, he just was too much, and he had his formula for love and problem solving, and he just was just way too removed from anything, any kind of real emotion to
Mhm.
even take him seriously. No,
Yeah, he's
no,
probably
no
like,
way. No, anybody who was trying to be halfway serious, they would skip him.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, he presented well if he was auditioning to be in some kind of play or something. But but if you no, but if you are supposed to be, any kind of partner or something like that, no, no. Andrew was not right at all.
So I'm just gonna say that Love Is Blind season 3 is they just don't care what they're doing because none of these people really need to be
It's
together
hysterical. Yeah,
except the
yeah,
first
y'all.
couple
Love is
seasons when
real blind, like I said, until they come out that part and see each other.
right.
Which is funny.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast streaming on most platforms.